Hello, and welcome back to Xpwaste, where normally I'd say it's not your mother's podcast, but you could have given it to her on Mother's Day and I wouldn't know the difference. Hi, I'm Oxie.
And I'm Michael. If this is your first time tuning into Xpwaste, welcome. We're a show that's going to talk primarily about old school RuneScape. That's the game of our choice, and we love it. We love old school RuneScape. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk a lot about it. We're gonna talk about the news, talk about things happening in the game, talk about like different strategies we may have that you don't know about. You do because you listen to the show. Sometimes we talk about like other games. Sometimes we talk about RuneScape 3. You just never really know when it comes to us in our style of podcasting. So if you're into that, you're in the right place. If you're not new around here, welcome back. I know we've taken the last couple of weeks off, but we're here now, and it feels good to be back in the seat. I sat in this seat a lot this week, and not really though. So we'll get into that. I have a theory in it, and it's becoming true every year. But you know, it the last week was bingo, so that's pretty much all we're going to talk about. Probably there's things happening in the game.
Be an interesting episode.
Yeah,
things presumably happen in the game already. Like yesterday, Yama came out. Assuming everything went like this. It's Sunday night. It's Mother's Day in the U.S. It's like 9:30. So we don't know if Yama came out yet. I hope it did. I hope there's no reason it got delayed. But we also don't know anything about Yama. And instead of doing the thing where Michael and I speculate and are just wrong about everything for 2 hours about a boss, we said, you know what? We're just going to do this episode kind of shorter and sweeter, and then take next week's episode to really dive into Yama. And like hopefully enjoy the hell out of it and talk about it for you guys.
Right.
So
I am excited about Yama though. I don't know what it's going to look like on my account. I'm hoping Fear or one of y'all is like ready to just send it and see what happens. But yeah, I'm optimistic, but I'm also like I know nothing about Yama other than the fact that it's a demon and it's a duo boss. Like Royal Titans is what I'm comparing it to, but I know that that's wrong because it's not a duo boss. It's a boss that you can only duo. If I'm remembering that correctly.
I mean, I'm sure it can be fought solo. I doubt they would. Again, like I don't even want to say anything because I've not really been up to date because I'm gonna look like an idiot if I say something that's wrong. But like, I'd be hard pressed to think they release a piece of content that literally cannot be done by yourself. That is the lifeblood of this game. You stinky gray helms have made everything need to be soloable. So I imagine Yama can be done by yourself, especially since a couple days ago, they released the thing about the contracts for Yama, where they talk about how, oh god, it was like the contracts can only be done solo or what have you. So, I'm sure that it can be done by yourself. I'd be shocked if it can't, but who knows? So, how's your week been, Michael? How was your bingo experience?
Well, I guess I can get into it. So, my theory, what I literally just teased at the top, is that my body only wants me to be sick during bingo. For the last few events that we've held, I don't know what it is about the week of bingo, but I get sick in some capacity. Or if there's something exciting happening. Like there's been a couple of different leagues that I've taken off work for and I've been sick. But I can remember being sick the last couple of times we've done bingo. And it sucks. This time I don't know what it was, but I just like had no motivation. My whole body was sore. Like I had like my fingers were sore, my forearms were sore, my back was sore, my hips were sore, and I like didn't do anything. And so there was one night that I went to bed at 8 p.m., laying in bed, feeling sore, and then I got a fever for no reason. And it sucks because like I want to have a great week doing bingo, But then I'm feeling sick and unmotivated to just sit at my computer. And then my wife also got sick. So then on the days that like I was feeling better, I was doing dad duties because she's sick and we have a kid. So it's not like I can just like lock myself in my office and say, "Hey, family, I'll see you guys next week." So I didn't get to game as much as I wanted to this week, which kind of sucks. But I will say the time that I had with my team was enjoyable. I think this was a great event. I'll say that right off the bat. Probably the smoothest bingo we've ever had when
Oh
in
my god,
terms of
unquestionably.
yeah. Like
What in the world? It was ridiculously smooth.
I think it's just a testament to us being able to put on a good event. We had a really well thought out system. Not a lot of crazy things needed to happen for the system to go well. And we didn't have any rule changes for once. That's a first for us. We didn't
Yeah, I
have
mean that's the
any major drama. It was all peachy. I loved it.
yeah. Overall, I'd say it was went off with minimal hitches. I would
Yeah, very
say. I think
minimal. Like expected hitches.
we could some nitpick some things like you if you guys did the Gilly Guesser tile. I don't think you understand how horribly annoying that tile was on the first day. I really don't think you guys get it. We got added probably 60 times in 24 hours about the damn Gilligesser. Because the way we had people verify it was it was basically like a hide and seek tile. We give you an image, go to that spot in the game, and then verify whether or not you're in the right location. All 30 teams figured it out within like probably 6 hours of getting their location. And then every team got the exact same second location. I don't know if you guys talked to each other about that, but every team got the exact same second location because I don't remember what the reasoning was. I think it's because we thought that like two different spots would be just so much work.
Yeah.
To try to put together like it was like 64 different locations or something we would have to do. So we're like, yeah, we're not doing all that. But yeah, that's Gilligesser. That tile was annoying to listen to, so we need to like find a better system for that.
Off the
But
top of
like,
my head, I think that we could just give the captains the screenshot and be like, guys, you're in charge of verifying it and you can't participate. That's as simple as it gets. Like tell the captains where it
yeah,
is and then they're in charge of saying yes or no.
yeah. I
Because
mean,
me and
I
Cleric
feel like
already
it.
knew, so we couldn't help.
Yeah, that was funny to watch people in our voice chat be like, "Oh my god, it's here! No, it's definitely here! No, it's definitely here!" And Nate and I are just like, "It's on the map
It's on
somewhere."
the map.
You know, I've also, I don't want to say gotten sick, but I've had a sinus issue the last couple of like days/weeks. My sinuses have been trying to execute me
Oh no.
before literally like just before bingo, my sinuses kind of threw a fit. So that's been fun. Um, yeah,
It's the springtime
I don't have a sinus
allergies.
problem. I know, dude, total bitch. But
Maybe
yeah, I
that's what was
agree.
wrong with me.
Bingo without a hitch was pretty nice.
Yeah, I've gotten some really good feedback too. I will by this time, if you've played in bingo and you're hearing this, we probably will have already sent out the feedback form. So maybe some of you
Please
have
fill it out.
you guys have already filled it out, hopefully. But just the initial feedback that you get when you're hanging out with people or you're reading through messages, the prestige system was well received, as well as the pet wild card was well received. So shout out to Tiki for that, for the pet wild card thing. That was cool. I never thought about that as being like, wow, okay, that's an interesting way to use pets. And then we've talked about a prestige system for a while, and like it was interesting. I think that for me, some of the times looking at like the prestige felt overwhelming. So I already have ideas for how we can make that feel better next time. And then implement it with feedback from you guys, from the people who played in the event, and make it better.
Mhm.
So from here on out, if that's the way that we want to like do our spring bingos, it can only get better, hopefully. But yeah, if you didn't know and we didn't really talk about it, the prestige system was where we had one board that was all the tiles, and then once you complete a tile, you can do it again for half points. Once you do it again for half points, it becomes unavailable. So basically, everything was worth like a certain amount of points. So we had different circles of the board, so different quadrants, I guess. Different areas of the board worth different points, and then so it was like 4, 8, 16, 32, and then it was 2, 4, 8, 16. If you dig those in half. So yeah. Who ended up winning? I haven't even really looked at the final scores.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
Was it Ebu's team again?
I think it was fucking Ebu's team again. Everybody, all right. This is something I need to address for the other captains. For the other captains of these events. The captains during the draft posted my previous teams because they were getting pissed off that I drafted the same people. They posted other people's teams. Ebu and Hunchy have drafted the same people for 5 goddamn bingos in a row. Post their teams. They keep winning. Leave my people alone. Start poaching Ebu and Hunchy's teams. They had an absurd amount of points.
Yeah.
Like, looking at the score sheet right now, my team finished with 268 points, which is, I think, the lowest I've scored ever in a TNL bingo. We didn't do fantastic. RNG wasn't on our side. Niloka's nut nibbling nihilists at the moment, assuming everything is totally correct on this board, which I don't imagine that it wouldn't be, scored 536 points.
Holy moly.
They finished 52 of the 64 regular tiles and then prestiged 32 of the 64 tiles. I heard that they got the enhanced crystal weapon seed and 6 armor seeds for our Tiki's tile, the gift from Tiki tile, in under 100 fucking KC.
Oh my gosh.
Disgusting.
Holy cow.
An absolutely disgusting performance.
Wow.
And frankly, you gotta give credit where credit is due. That's some absolute gaming right there for all of the teams in the top, right? Like, the point differential's kind of evened out among the top like 5, where there's still a pretty decent spread between the top 5 teams, but the tiles completed, because we had like some of them are worth so many points where, like, if you like are down 2 tiles, but the tiles that you're down are both the 32 point tiles, that's a shitload of points. So it was overall, I think it was a pretty good event. I had fun. I feel like I didn't do anything.
Right.
Admin wise, this event. I feel like I was just like existing. It was just sort of like, yep, I'm here if you guys need me.
You were very quiet.
I was very quiet. I don't know why. I just sort of like, I don't want to say like zoned out. I don't think I like dipped out or like didn't pay attention. I just sort of like, I don't know. I want to say mentally I wasn't there, because I was. But like, what time did I'm trying to like look myself up on Wise Old Man and just see what I've gained throughout the last week. Yeah, I apologize for you guys for that. I feel like there also wasn't anything that really needed to be talked about. That was the other thing. It's like, every time there is an issue, I'm happy to get involved and to talk about it, right? With this, we didn't really have any problems. We just sort of like did our thing. We did whatever, like we didn't really have any big detrimental issues,
Yeah. That has to do a lot with the captains. So thank you, captains, for being pretty awesome this event. Like, team names aside, I didn't feel any stress about the week, really. Like, there wasn't anything that caused me to be distracted, overly worried. I was doing training half the week, so I was at work for 2 days, and then I had 3 days off, and 2 of those days, unfortunately, was dealing with being sick. So, like, I really, of the entire week, I played Saturday, a little bit of Sunday, some Monday night, and then I think it was like Friday. And then yesterday was, I didn't play much at all yesterday. So, like, I said I was going to play 50 plus hours, and I think I maybe put in half that, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah, it was not my week to degen, unfortunately. But the cool things that I got to do, I soloed a 150, which having the Bofa and having the blowpipe and having a Fang all makes that fairly doable. There's 38 minutes, which I heard is not terrible as far as like a solo time for a 150. I'm sure I could get that down with just knowing the raid. I didn't do nearly as much chambers as I wanted to do. I think on Saturday I completed like 3 chambers, and then literally that was it. Our team was just not motivated to do chambers, and I think that has to do with my captain, who shall be named Chaos Cleric. He is a certified chambers hater, apparently. I don't get it. Chambers is good content. But what we did do is plank at Tob like 3 or 4 times. So between now and next bingo, I'm going to make it my goal to have some more Tob completions under my belt on the GIM, because there's no excuse. We went all 6 pillars at P1 for some reason. It was two people with 3 learners, okay? That is a recipe for disaster when it comes to doing anything in Tob. I don't recommend it. Yeah, Fear says don't go full 5 team with learners. Yeah, yeah. Got that down. Not gonna happen.
XP wasters, you're listening right now. I'm gonna ask you to do something that I normally would never ask. Do not say TOP around Michael. Don't ask him about it. Don't bring it up.
Why?
If we pressure him, he's not going to do it.
Right.
Where he's got the motive, just shh, everybody shut up and let him cook by himself for a while. Then when he comes back and goes, hey, I think I'm starting to learn the North Freeze roll, then he's in it. Just shh, everybody keep quiet. Just let this see where it goes.
Don't rock the boat too much.
I was gonna say, just shh. The baby fell asleep. Don't wake the fucking kid up. Shh. That's where we're at.
You're not wrong, dude. You're really not wrong.
I know.
You know me so well.
I know I'm not wrong, Michael.
Oh, Fear said, go ahead and shout out by name the event organizers for a fantastic planning. So thank you to Tiki. Thank you to Nate Dogg, Neetsis, TMD,
Gecko,
and Gecko. You guys did amazing. Thank you. And Rune Guy for the work in the sheets. I don't think Rune Guy listens to the podcast, but shout out to Rune Guy. I haven't seen any fantasy bingo stuff pop up, so maybe you guys have heard about the fantasy bingo results. Apparently, Nima was a sleeper pick. Man got like 2 mega rares.
Nima or Nima?
Master. Yeah, Nima.
That man's not a sleeper pick.
Oh, really? I just didn't know, I guess.
Have you ever done content with Nima? He's not a sleeper pick.
Yeah.
And Swole, yeah, Riley said and Swole for inspiring the code word. Yeah, the code word was Shui before bingo. So if anyone does time traveling and wants to go win Springo 2025, you can listen to this episode from the future. No one picked me in fantasy pick and I killed it. Yeah, Jack, I feel real bad. I was like, oh, I should pick Jack. I'm like, nah, I'm only going to pick Nate from my team, or else I'm going to overload it with people from my team. I'll just do the thing where I like pick only my team. We're going to get shit all over. And then Jack had made a killing. Did he
really?
I was there. Yeah.
Is there a place?
He didn't get a dex, unfortunately.
He did though.
No matter what he tells. No, he didn't.
He did. Jack
No,
got his deck. I saw it in
Jack
chat.
did not get his deck. Jack did not get his decks. You did not see that correctly. It did not say
He
Jack's
did.
GIM.
He
It was a
did.
different name.
You said I
Michael,
was there
I was on
for the
raid.
30 death CM. Jack's
it wasn't
GIM
30 deaths.
got
it
his
wasn't 30
decks.
deaths.
I
It was
screenshotted
17 deaths. It was his 17 death CM. You did not screenshot it. He did not get the decks. So Jack still doesn't have rigor, and he said he's never going back to Chambers, and he's never going to get it. So
I think
he's not even worth picking on a bingo team next time. Just saying.
You may not get him. You really may not get him. I can't see a world where it continues to happen.
I just have to stop talking about bingo teams. I think that's it. I think that's what has to happen. I can never gush about a bingo team again.
You're right though. Like calling back to poaching Ibu's team, that needs to happen. And I don't know why it's not happening. Because he's figured out the secret sauce of a winning team. And listen,
the problem is it's not that we need to poach Ibu's team. It's that Ibu's not the content creator in the Discord. Everyone has figured out the formula for their team. Look at the teams that have been established long-term in TNL. Look at the bingo teams over the past couple of months, or over the past couple of seasons, rather, where we have Too Fast, Too Furious, where we have Jesse, Fear, and a good bulk of the Euro boys, plus some people that we know. We have Never Spoons, which was basically the RuneFest crew. Escape took all of them, plus Nico and Nico's friend Ronag, I think. They all play together all the time. All the time. Kale and Low, they tried to take Jack. They didn't take him quick enough. Sorry, brother. But again, they play together. Look at like even Team 1, Zero Brain Cell Bandits. Those guys play together all the time.
Yeah.
It's not that other people haven't figured it out. It's not like the issue is I'm the only one that ever talks about it.
No, that's true.
So everyone's like, oh yeah, well we're just gonna take the members of Oxie's team
because you talk them up.
Fucking doing that. Do your own research. Stop fucking taking my people.
Did you have anybody taken? I mean, Soggy was on my team.
The only one that we didn't get that we normally would have drafted, who's like been on multiple teams in a row. The two we were missing was Toilet, because he didn't play. He like didn't participate in bingo. He got an Iraq site Fang on like Friday night, just like randomly in game he was playing. And I was like, Toilet, why are you at Iraq site? That tile is dumb. Oh. Just sent that in CC. So we didn't get Toilet like we normally do, and we didn't get Zeno either. Zeno got taken. He got copped and eventually became a co-captain. So Zeno was I think I put something as our channel status. I'm like, we're getting the band back together, and within 5 minutes Zeno DM'd me on Discord. He's like, there's no fucking way you said you're getting the band back together and I'm not on the team. So we changed it to the band back together minus Zeno, frowny face.
Oh.
So Zeno's the only one that got sniped from me, unfortunately.
I thought Soggy was on your team most of the time. Or was he a recent addition in last bingo?
I think Soggy's only been on my team once.
Oh, really?
Soggy was on my team for Skill Tree Bingo, where we were deliriously doing Corp for 4 fucking days in a row till 5 a.m. So I think Soggy and I are trauma bonded in bingo, like we've been together for a long time, but I genuinely think...
Yeah, he was on C4.
I've only been on a team with him.
It was just C4.
Once, yeah. Anyone who has the C4 tag, it feels like we were on multiple bingo teams together.
Oh.
The week of Skill Tree Bingo was arguably the longest week of RuneScape of our lives. The people on C4, that week was a year. Yeah, exactly. If you were on the C4 bingo team with me back in fall of 23, it feels like we should be on teams like forever. Like people still DM me from that and are like, can I get drafted? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And then I'm the 30th round pick, or I'm the 30th pick in the draft order. And I'm like, yep, not getting these like 6 people that we would have picked up, because they're not going to be here. But we had a pretty bitchin' back-to-back first couple of picks. We had a great team overall. So as much as I said I wasn't gonna gush about it,
He's
I loved
gushing.
my team.
He's gushing.
I did love. We called ourselves the Trolls of Weiss.
Superb name, by the
And
way.
what well, the canon thing with trolls in game is that they're named after the first thing they eat when they're babies. They're named after the first things they eat or try to eat. So every single day, my entire team changed their names to the first thing they consumed that day. Sometimes it was like, you know, like I think today my name before I changed it back was large double double. It'd be banana, it'd be chocolate chip cookie.
Okay, can you explain
It'd be like
how
bacon
you
breakfast straight.
consumed
This
your
is the thing
nebulizer?
here. Michael's gonna get pedantic.
I'm
because
just
he
I'm just
doesn't-
asking.
I'm just.
How did you
We also had people
consume
named.
a nebulizer inhaler?
You mean my albuterol inhaler?
Yeah, whatever
like
that is.
This motherfucker. This is how you do it.
That's not consuming it, though. It'd be like saying the first thing I did was puff my vape, so then I'm going to say nicotine was the first thing I consumed.
That's exactly what people fucking did.
Oh my
they
gosh.
changed their name to nicotine, to menthol, to fucking menthol 500s or whatever they were. They changed their name to Marlboro. We had Marlboro Reds. We had pre-rolls. We had 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen one day.
Oh my
Shit was
gosh.
wild. We did have a booty on the first day too. We asked Albie. We're like, "What's the first thing you consumed?" He said, "Booty." We're like, "Seriously?" He's like, "Yep."
Oh gosh.
And that's what he changed his name to, because he's a real one. You know, we had a bitchin' time on our team, and I knew Michael was gonna bring that up. He's gonna go, "How do you consume a 6 milligram nicotine vape?" Just like that, you inhale it, you consume that shit into your body. I knew he was gonna have a problem. I knew he was gonna
Listen,
go, "You're not eating your vape, Oxie."
Okay. I'm not the only one. I literally can't be the only one. But I am the voice. I am the figurehead of this.
For all the people who didn't get it, context clues is all I'm saying.
I mean, I get it. Like, you're trying to say it's the first thing that you put in your mouth. But when you say it's the first thing you eat or try to eat, you don't eat your inhaler.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll stop.
I'm gonna.
He's getting really triggered, guys. He can't have a conversation.
Just once. No, don't do this. Oh, we can't have a conversation. I do conversations for a living. I can't do the fucking, well, actually, you're not eating a beer, you're drinking it, so you shouldn't be able to change your name to Soft Parade Shandy or PBR because you're not eating it, you're drinking it.
You just made my point, though, right?
Makes me want to jump in a wood chipper.
Why?
I'm sorry. Because
are you insecure
of what we were talking about? Yes, I'm horribly insecure. I'm insecure. That's what it is. I'm sure there's like 5 people who listen to the show who are gonna cream their jeans over that comment, and I'm here for it. It's all I need.
Anyway, we're not fighting. This is just talking. We still love each other. I haven't talked to Oxie all week, actually. Like, I think we had a 5-minute conversation.
I did mention that to my bingo team. I'm like, this is like 1 of 2 weeks out of the year where like Michael and I will text each other damn near every day about something, whether on Discord or like actually texting each other. Bingo's the 1 week a year where like we just don't hear from each other at all. Like, no matter what.
Nope. I joined your VC looking for you and you weren't there, and then I instantly left. I was gonna do the bit like, have you seen my husband? Where is he? Said he was gonna be back from the store, but he's not here. Bro got nated Fear said Nate got yeeted to our VC at one point. Yeah, the chat mods.
He didn't get yeeted to your VC. So here's what happened, right? Let me give the context for that story. We had noticed the quality of our VC degrading over the last half of the week. And we couldn't quite figure out why. because people who like have nice microphones sounded like shit. And somebody even said it. They're like, Oxie, it sounds like you're on your Xbox headset. And I turned my camera on and I said, this microphone costs more than my Xbox. I don't know what
Wait,
you're
hold
talking
on.
about. Like, why does it sound
Pause.
that bad?
I joined your
Yeah,
VC, and that's why I was like, this sounds
and
weird.
you said it sounds weird. I think my headphones are finally going out. I'm like, yeah, because like my mic input's the same. This is
Okay,
this is weird.
this is
I don't know
making
what the deal
sense.
is. So our audio is just gradually getting worse throughout the week, and I'm thinking like, dude, are we overloading it with streams? Have we been in VC too much? Like this has literally never happened before. I'm in a different Discord, and we have a channel called the Meat Pit, and the Meat Pit is a voice channel where the bit rate is turned as low as possible. And when you turn the bit rate down as low as possible, it sounds like shit. It sounds like you're talking over a car radio. And then Submedian joined and he's like, Oxie, why does it sound like the Meat Pit in here? And then it clicked. I'm like, holy shit, the bit rate on our voice channel has been lowered. And I went into our settings, and sure enough, the bit rate on our VC was down to like 0 or whatever the lowest setting it could be. So I was like, hold on, guys, I'm gonna turn this all the way up to the max. Let me see if I can fix it. There's like 8 of us in VC. I turn it all the way up to the max and I go, is that any better? And I sound like I do on the show. And they're like, oh my fucking God, everyone was crystal clear. It had been, we ran like 7 CMs in a row.
That's
with
hilarious.
Dirt poor quality audio.
Hilarious.
And couldn't figure out why. So we're like, okay, why? Like, who did this? I sent it in like the planning chat. I'm like, who lowered our bit rate? And I looked, and TMD's team was all in VC. I'm like, I had to be that motherfucker right there. I connect to their VC, and I said, which one of you motherfuckers lowered our bit rate? And they started dying laughing. They had been incrementally lowering our bit rate for days.
What a good prank. Holy cow.
They had been lowering it for days. So we were fucking cackling in there. And then we eventually went back to our chat. And then TMD came to our chat. He came to our team's chat. And I was going to say something to Jack. And I turned my camera on and I said, Jack, look me in the eyes. And I got disconnected. I get disconnected from my own chat. So I rejoined and I said, I don't know who did it, but everyone with the power to disconnect me is getting yeeted. I yeeted TMD and I yeeted Submedia. I said, who else can do that? Nate can do that. And I yeeted Nate. I was like, in equal fairness, everybody got yeeted. We didn't realize Nate didn't come back.
Oh.
For like an hour. And we're like because he was still in the CM with us. We're like, where is he? And then someone scrolled up and they're like, he's in like Fears VC. We're like, oh shit.
That's
Why
hilarious.
is he up there? So eventually we just dragged him back down. So that was the last day of bingo. We had quite a few shenanigans throughout the event. Nothing bad. Just some fun little shenanigans to be had.
Man, that is such a good prank.
It was pretty good.
Why did I not think of that? That's hilarious. And the fact that it was incrementally done so that one day you wouldn't just connect and it sound like dog shit and you're like, wait a second, this isn't. No, you had to get used to it and then realize that it's wrong. That's hilarious.
No, if you guys, here's the deal. If you guys are ever in VC with me and I don't sound like I sound on the show or similar to how I sound on the show, something is wrong with the call.
Right.
Like there is something wrong with,
or you're on your AirPods because that happens.
Chat. Or I'm on my AirPods. That's true. But you'll be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Right. Like you've heard the difference between my AirPods and my mic. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, just in case it happens again and we get gaslit into thinking that like. Because I literally had to ask Submedian. I'm like, Submedian, why are you using a different microphone? He's like, I'm not. I'm like, you sound so much worse. You're using a different microphone. He's like, Oxie, I swear to God, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. This was like on Wednesday.
That's hilarious, dude.
It was bad. It was bad.
That is so funny.
Had some shenanigans. How much money did you make this week, Michael? You're never mind. You're a blue helm. You don't care.
I don't make money.
Did you get anything meaningful this week, Michael?
No. I mean,
No.
I got a weapon seed, not an enhanced, just a regular weapon seed from Gauntlet, a corrupted Gauntlet. That's about it.
From corrupted Gauntlet.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I'm up to let's see. I'm up to 36 corrupted Gauntlet, Casey. I think I did like 5 or 6 this week. And I'm getting it. So it's been actually a great time doing the Gauntlet for me. I can slowly feel a pendulum shift because I've got some of the prep down to where my routine is working. There was times where I went in with full tier 2, both perfected weapons, and like less food than I needed, or like less food than I would have wanted to get, but I still made the kill with some food left. So something has switched. Something has flipped, and I'm getting it. I don't think I died at all this week to any stupid deaths. Like there was times where I left early because I'm like, dude, I have no time left. So I'm just going to end it now and restart. Hopefully I get a better spawn. So the Gauntlet is feeling great. But no, I didn't get anything of note. I didn't even get a thread. I think I did like at least 5 or 6 TOAs this week. No threads for me. I'm up to 40 something KC. Still no unique, still no purples in my name. One day it'll happen. It's bound to. Now, if I keep doing these solos like I plan to do, it'll happen. The thing that I'm most because I'm gonna dump on you a little bit. And
go ahead, do it. I probably deserve it.
The thing that I am it's not about you. I'm gonna vent. Oh, okay. I mean, I can figure out something, but like the thing I am most pissed off about 2 bingos in a row is the elusiveness of the Pharaoh Scepter for me. I kid you not. If my back of the napkin math is correct, I've looted like 2 or 3,000 golden chests. Maybe less, I don't know. But like since fall bingo of last year, I've been doing pyramid plunder runs trying to get the scepter. And I have a tracker. I've downloaded a plugin that like counts every time you loot a chest, every time you loot a sarcophagus, it counts it and it gives you like a percentage total of like you should have received the scepter by now or something. I've run that bitch at least 2 or 3 times where I've hit 100% chance and still have not gotten the scepter. It is so elusive. I don't understand it. And I thought I was going to get it this bingo because like I primed my RNG pre-bingo and I had it in the bag. I'm like, dude, I'm just like, I'll go there, do like 2 or 3 runs. I'll get the scepter, call it a day, and then I'll have an occult altar in my house. But no. I had to loot like another 300 or 400 chests and still didn't get it. And I don't know if at this point, like if I just wait until fall bingo again, hoping the tile's on the board, and then get a scepter then, who knows? But I said I wasn't going to go because we've already had this conversation of I've done pyramid plunder too much and it's pissing me off. And I said I wasn't going to go. I named the tile. Michael's not going to do it. I ended up doing it, and I'm no better for it. So it sucks. It really does.
Badge.
So no, I didn't get anything. We did a bit of a Volcano, didn't get anything. I have a unique from Volcano, so I can't really complain, but like I didn't get it during bingo. But dude, it's bad. Pyramid plunder sucks.
R.I.P. dog.
I
did not see. Go ahead.
I will say, I think one of my favorite tiles was like going for it, the gauntlet tile. It just like going back to the whole thing, like I think something has flipped. That was the tile I was looking most forward to because somebody on my team, I can't remember who exactly it was, somebody pulled an enhanced, pretty spooned. And so I was like, oh, baby, we just need 6 armor seeds. Let's do this. But then nobody was motivated to go to Gauntlet. I think I and the person who got the enhanced
is so many.
Yeah, but like if you have 2 or 3 people doing it and constantly going for seeds like that, it can't be that hard. I don't know. It was a it was it was not going to happen for us because like I was the only one actively doing it. But I think that was probably one of my favorite tiles that we had. It just sucks it was such a long one. Like if it was an enhanced and maybe like 2 armor seeds could have gotten it done, people probably were more motivated to do it, but Soggy said we were zoned in. He said we're zoned in on the ancient scepter tile, and we were. We finished the master of the 4 elements. So shout out to Tiki for that crazy idea.
That was our 3-ball tile to beat you guys.
Was it? Damn.
That was our whole goal. Yeah. We at some point in the week, somebody said, Oxie.
It was Raccoon.
Yeah. It was like, hey, we're in the middle. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And it was like, we're behind Michael. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're not behind Michael's team. Come on now. Sure enough, we were like 17. You guys were 15. And I was like, all right, boys, we're not going to finish in the top 3. We're probably not even going to finish in the top 10. But so help me God, if we lose to Michael, you are going to run KQ naked with nothing but a bronze spear until fall bingo. Get your asses in gear. We got to beat Michael. I was struggling so hard. We had to go. Our last quartz we needed was Shadow from Whisperer. I did like 70 Whisperer week of release. And I thought it was great. It was back when I had Sang and Ancestral. It was before I did my T-Bow rebuild. Like, it felt really good to do Whisperer. And then I did my T-Bow rebuild. And then didn't do Whisperer for like 2 years. Going back to Whisperer with Virtus and a Shadow, I'm sitting in VC and Nate Dogg is like, dude, what a slow kill. And we're like, oh, how long is it? He's like 304. Such a slow kill, dude. He got GM time by accident killing the boss. And like no Ruby resets or anything. Just got GM time straight up. And I literally, as he's bitching about his slow time, I kill the boss. I was like 410. I'm like, Nate, I don't want to be insulting. What in the world am I possibly doing differently right now that is causing this? Turns out without a Venator bow, you miss out on a lot of damage. And I'm just not good at managing some of the specials yet, like of where, not like I can do them. It's just where to go. And I kept getting punched by Whisperer. Jack said Oxie raging at Whisperer was hilarious. I don't know if I can say that I'm crashing out or I was crashing out because I'm white. I was like having a cow, you know, or whatever. That's what was happening to me. I was not. I was spewing some profanities at Whisperer. I may or may not at some point have said, "You big teal hente bitch, punch me again," and I'm X-logging off of Runelight.
Oh gosh.
I was fully prepared to Control-Alt-Delete the window had I gotten punched in that moment because I just couldn't path correctly and kept taking like 30 30s to the face.
Yeah.
I was getting real salty at Whisperer. And then I actually took a phone call for like the whole last hour of bingo. And I glanced over at the stream. Nate was going back to the GE. And I'm like, what are the chances? And he he had the quartz. And I was like,
okay.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Holy shit.
It happened.
He did it. It happened. We're gaming. So I had to go to I had to break the streak even further, Michael. I did more Calvaria on KC in the last half hour of bingo than I have ever on my account.
Did it come down to?
Think I did?
Did it come down to the wire?
It came down to getting another ancient staff.
In the last 30 minutes, though.
I did? Yep.
I think you did like
how
3.
many Calvaria? I did 8.
Oh my gosh!
I did 8 Calvarion. Jack got the fucking Voidwaker piece.
What?
And then the staff, and we were good. We got the staff, and we're like, all right, we're going for an Abyssal Whip just in case to seal the deal. We didn't get an Abyssal Whip, but it didn't matter, and we were ahead of the Bahama Yamas. And that was our, like, Chaos Cleric DM'd me at like 55. He's like, "No, you rat! What happened?" Just like,
yeah, dude. Our last second, like, we were shooting for the 3-pointer was we needed a big bass, and that would have given us
that's what he told
enough
me. Yeah,
to come ahead of you guys. Our two teams that we wanted to beat Chaos wanted to beat was y'all's team, which I also wanted to beat y'all. But like, he's had a silent vendetta with Swole's team for like the last several bingos. So every time
Swole DM'd me and said, "I wanted to beat Chaos Cleric, and you guys almost got caught in the cross."
right? Yeah. So he wants like them to have a silent like challenge every single bingo. Like, if I don't win, it's fine, but as long as I beat Swole, we've won in our hearts. So we got smoked by both of y'all, unfortunately. Just wasn't in the cards. At one point, Swole was actually in our VC offering to tank Bandos for us. Because he's like, you guys got to beat Oxie. Because we needed Bandos boots for the booty call tile.
Yeah. So this board was interesting, and I kind of want to talk about it. He was in ours offering shoeies for luck. It was gross. This board was interesting in how we did it. So with this board, we'll put it back on screen for you guys. We had two different boards. We had the regular board, which, as Michael said, the points in the various rings were 4, 8, 16, 32. And then we had the corrupted board, which were 2, 4, 8, 16. The points from outer to inner, respectively. We had realized on like Sunday afternoon that the best way to earn the most points wasn't to like totally black out tiles and get them done. The best way to earn the most points was to do as much of the regular board as possible. Like, we realized that we needed to do a ton of blue tiles to get the points, and only really do the red tiles if they were convenient at any point. That was the strategy that we went with, but we also really shit the bed with some really free tiles for the first time since probably Springo 21 or 22 when we first implemented it. My team didn't do the BA speed run.
What?
Not because we couldn't do it. We just didn't. My team finished Tazar Annual with 4 hours left of bingo.
Holy cow.
Because we were just like, like those tiles for us as seasoned players, they're free. They're given.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're free. So we don't need to do them when everybody's online. They're free. We'll do them in our own time. And our own time came literally with like 6 hours after bingo. We're like, holy shit, we need more fire capes, you guys. And I was gone at a fencing tournament the entire last day. I tried so hard to leave my fencing tournament at like 1 o'clock just so I could come home and game with the boys. But it was a team event and we had to have a certain number of people. Had there been 8 people, I would have left because 2 alternates sucks. If there were 10 people, I would have left because it would have been an even 9, an even 9 people. Exactly 9 people showed up, including me. So I had to stay, and I was there till 4:30, and I did not get back home until 5:45. I walked in, still gross with my fencing gear, threw my bag on my kitchen table, turned my computer on, and jumped into VC for the last hour or so of the event.
Yeah.
That truly, dude. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough to not be able to play the last day, but I had a spectacular time with my team. I did get to play. So that was the strategy that we developed, was like, let's get as much of the blue board done as possible. Which, looking at the website that Chaos Cleric made, which hopefully we can use more of that website later, it's awesome. It was awesome to see like the tiles go from blue to red, like they're prestige, and then they're done. They're just like blacked out, not there. We didn't have to like manage that ourselves. It was kind of visually overwhelming at some points, but like overall it was pretty cool. So yeah, we had fun with bingo.
Did you have a favorite tile?
The favorite tile? that's a tough one. Um, the one that really stood out to me was the Zulrah tile.
Okay.
Um, for the sole reason that we only saw like 3 uniques, 4 uniques in like 1,000 kills.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I
Why?
did 210 in like 2 days. No, I did 218. I finally broke 2K Zulrah. Um, finally broke 2K Zulrah. Did all that in a week. 0 uniques.
Wow.
And I haven't seen a unique from Zulrah in a very long time. So I'm very dry on the main for literally any Zulrah unique at the moment. Looking at my log from Zulrah, because I did want to look and make sure I wasn't like mega spooned or anything like that. I have technically I only have 12 of the main uniques. It says I have 6 onyxes, but you could get those from anywhere. And I know I've gotten at least 1 from Skatizo.
Mm.
So I don't necessarily remember where else I would have gotten the onyxes from. Possibly Zulrah. I could be on rate and just bitching that I haven't seen anything in a while. I really don't know because the onyxes kind of confused me where they would have all come from. But I mean, realistically, could have been Zulrah. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't. I feel like I didn't get like any drops. I got no raids purples. I did a shitload of Kriara. The only thing I saw from Kree was a God Sword Shard 1. Did a shitload of Spindle. Did a little bit of Venenatis. I got Glacial Tomatlis
Mm.
from a Moxolotl. And was immediately met with the Symphony of Shitters going, yeah, that's the drop he needs to get his quiver.
Ah.
I think I was in VC and my team was like, is there a drop that people are not going to comment about you getting your quiver on? I'm like, I can think of one collection log slot exactly where people are not gonna make some sort of dumbass comment. One specific collection log where people are not gonna give me shit for it. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
So did you do any colo this week?
I did, yeah. I
Okay.
did 1 run.
Okay, nice.
I did 1 run because I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and Noah and Raccoon were like, Oxie, we're doing Coliseum. And I went, okay. Got in the trenches with the boys. Had a horrible spawn on wave 11. Yeah, it was wave 11, I think. Double south. It was bad. It was real bad. So I got like insta on my wave 11, which was crusty.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what, boys? I don't want to do this all day. Here are my 10 waves. I'm gonna go do something else.
That works. Yeah, we didn't do the colo waves. I think we got 27 as a team. I say we. I didn't contribute to that. That's one of the like guaranteed tiles that we didn't go for. We did do our BA speed run. We prestiged it actually. Chaos was like adamant that we needed to run it back.
Well, like if you do it once, just do it twice.
Yeah.
With the BA speed run, you do it once, just do it twice.
Yeah.
Tazar annual, like I get it. Sometimes it's task locked if you're doing Inferno, but like just do 2 Jad tasks over the week. Like it's really not that hard. Same thing with like the master CAs, day 1 deaths, Gilly Guesser. Some of these tiles were like, if you can do them once, just do them twice.
Yeah.
So
that is a good strategy though. Like focusing on the blue ones, not really thinking about what could be prestiged unless it's either in the bag, you got a dupe, it's already there, or you wanted it. Or like you're specifically going for it, like the BA and that kind of stuff. I think for me, I didn't really think of that as a strategy, and in looking back, I'm like, yeah, that's a winning strategy right there. Just
we could tell by the tiles that you completed that you guys fell for we got to do a lot of the corrupted variant trap.
Yep.
We literally looked at the tiles and we're like, we have more regular tiles completed, but they have more corrupted. They fell into that trap.
Yep.
I will say, if I can critique the event, the prestige tiles for some things were overwhelming and easy to forget. We took learners everywhere. We took learners to regular chambers. We took them to TOA. We took them to CMs. We took them to TOB. We took him to Bandos. We took him to Cree. We took him. Oh God, I made JX Riot get us our last 3 waves in the Coliseum.
Nice.
JX Riot from the recording booth chat. I made him get our last 3 waves, and I'm like, "You ever been to Coliseum?" He's like, "Nope." I'm like, "All right, saddle up, motherfucker. You owe us 3 waves." And then as the Manticore was about to spawn, I'm like, "You've done DT too, right?" And he went, "Nope." I'm like, "All right." Hey, you made it this far, because the Manticore is basically Leviathan. If you get, it's how the prayers
Oh,
and shit
gotcha.
work.
Yeah.
It's like if you've done DT2, you've seen Leviathan, you can work with it. No DT2, I'm like, switch prayers every tick, you're good to go. And it was immediate, like, okay, range mage melee, bam, 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 dead. I'm like,
No.
you did exactly what I needed you to do. Congratulations. Got our 3 waves. We're good to go. We talked content all week long.
Good to
We did
screenshot
not
it.
finish the prestiged version of Drag You Kicking and Screaming. We had a tile that was like, bring noobs to 5 different pieces of content. We did the first one, no problem. The prestige one, which we probably completed 5 times throughout the week, we just didn't input it. So like some things about this board felt very like, do we need this again? Do we still need this? Like the amount of times we saw like vials of blood and just ignored it for Baby Raider.
Yep.
And then finally we're like, shit, guys, we never prestige Baby Raiders. Anybody have vials of blood? Like screenshotted anywhere? Like, does anybody have vials of blood? And we had to go back and get vials of blood. And we didn't do it because the thread is really difficult to get if you already have one.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's not easy. So like I will say for some of these tiles for the prestige, it was like it wasn't bad. It was just harder to keep track of. Because
Yeah.
Google Sheets isn't it. Like I think eventually if we can find a way to get away from Google Sheets, that'd be cool. And I say that because like some of the functionalities are turned off for people, but like the board on Sheets sometimes for me becomes a little bit visually overwhelming to look at where we input all the screenshots. Like it's very well laid out, but like I don't want to see what we've already completed, you know?
Yeah.
And then looking at the board, I don't know. It's nothing, not critiquing the sheet itself. I think it's more the platform than the sheet. The sheet is beautiful. We had a tile search function this time around where you could look up an item in game. So you'd be like, ah shit, do we actually need a draconic visage? You could look up draconic visage and it would tell you what tile it was on, where to put it in what cell in both the regular and the corrupted. So the tile search or the item search was really cool.
Yeah.
In
Shout
the
out to Rune
sheet,
Guy for that one.
really shout out to Rune Guy for the sheet. It was good. I just feel like keeping track of some of the prestige stuff was a little overwhelming, and I helped make the event. So if you guys were like, yeah, the prestige felt a little overwhelming, we get it. Cause yeah, it's something that we feel, at least that I feel, could be honed.
Definitely.
Not changed necessarily, but honed and improved upon. Because I don't know if we're gonna do prestige system for fall bingo. Strictly because we've been cooking. Michael and I started cooking for fall bingo on the way to Toronto for RuneFest. He and I had an idea for a fall bingo gimmick where we're like, ooh, this could have some traction. So we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know if we're doing it in the fall, but in the spring, if you guys like the prestige system, hopefully we've honed it a little bit and it's not as complicated, confusing, overwhelming, or hard to remember.
Yeah. I think
You know?
my feedback, something that I would want to change with the prestige system is for tiles such as Tazari Annual or Day One Deaths or things that are kind of like fun to do and somewhat of a staple tiles for us. Like, take day one deaths. You needed 10 screenshots of people dying. For the regular tile, that's fine. I think for the prestiged version of that, we should only require half. So 10 to do the regular tile, 5 to do the prestiged. To let you do it again, but on certain tiles, just lessen the amount of stuff that you have to do.
Yeah, it's half points, so like might as well, because like you're absolutely correct. It's like it's what 10 fire capes or something like that. 10 fire capes, 5 infernal capes. Why don't we just cut that in half?
Yeah.
Why don't we just make it 15 points?
15 points.
Why don't we make it 5 deaths? Like some things back to back. You. You combat achievements.
Some of them are
combat achievement speed times. That's like that's
they're
fine.
already low
like,
enough.
Quest speed runs. Yeah, they're already low enough. Or like some tiles that are meant to be more difficult. Like, hey, you got 2. I think we got a Sang kit and a Holy kit from hard mode Tob. You get 2 of them again. It's meant to be a hard tile. Like that, I'm fine with keeping. But yeah, things that are pretty like free. XP tiles as well.
That could be changed. Yeah.
That could be good if it were half. I think in the future.
Yes.
Having XP tiles, like get a million rune crafting XP and then just get 500k rune crafting XP.
Yep.
Because again, if you're coming from a PVM clan listening to the show, why do we have so many skilling tiles? Why do we have so many XP tiles? For 2 reasons. Number 1, bingo is for everybody. We need everybody to have something to do. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that we have people on our team who do not do any content and only want to do skilling bosses. That's totally fine. Sit at Temporos the entire time. We need this unique, or we need, rune crafting XP. Sit at Guardians of the Rift. I turned XP on for Zalcano. Horrible.
You didn't like it?
I didn't get any loot.
Well, yeah, no, obviously.
No, I have 99 mining. In what universe do I want XP?
I felt the same.
Have it because of the tile.
Because of the tile, terrible. Yeah.
It felt terrible to literally kill Zalcano, get 1 Zalcano shard, and no uni and no rewards.
Yeah.
99 mining, max cape, nothing. Oh, I was salty about it. I didn't want it. Soggy says I never regret trips to my girl. I do when I don't get any loot.
Yeah, if you have loot turned on,
filthy,
it's fine. 4-mans go hard.
Yeah,
that's great loot.
Yeah, that's cool. But like,
just XP
shit sucks.
Although I've heard it's good XP per hour. If you can give up the loot, I've heard it's really nice XP per hour. So if you've been looking for a way to shake up the mining grind, try out some Mass World Zalcano. Like if you MVP, I MVP'd a few times in a 5-man. I got like 5.2k XP at the kill. It's kind of busted. I don't know what that translates to for XP per hour if you're constantly MVP, but it's got to be good. Just the loot. You just don't get the loot, which sucks. Unless you strike gold with the 23 million GP drop, you don't really get anything.
That's a lot of words. Too bad I already got 99 mining.
Right.
Give me my money. Like that's how I felt about that. We got our Nietzsche said we just wouldn't heal and got most of our day 1 deaths at Zalcano. We got most of our day 1 deaths at TOA. Like I think we went multiple raids with like experienced people dying. I'm gonna use this term gently. Fucking constantly. Like we could not survive TOA to save our lives. We were getting hit by cum phases. We were getting hit by those blood balls at Zebek. We were falling down the gap. We were getting cut off by the poop. We were out of context. That's such a strange series.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of words. But TOA was brutal on the first day. We opened up with like 3 or 4 expert modes and we're like, why would we do this to ourselves? This is stinky. Yeah.
I want to call out Corpse Duster because the same thing kind of happened to us where we opened the day with raids. Nobody wanted to do chambers, so we're like, okay, we'll do some Toa. And Corpse is like, yeah, guys, we'll do a chill Toa. I think he was like, we'll do a chill 250 or do a chill 220 or something. The man put Mind the Gap on. Like, how does the words chill and Mind the Gap fit into the same raid? It's not chill. It's
what
not
answer
chill.
do you want?
I want you to say, yeah, okay, cool.
You're right, Michael. It's not chill.
It's not.
It's one of the hardest invocations in the game.
It's not like
not at all.
It's not a chill invocation because you have to constantly be worried about where you're standing. To me, that doesn't equal chill. And I can't be the only one. Thank you.
Not chill at all.
It's not chill. There's other ways to have a chill.
To give you credit, when we run our power trip 175s, I don't turn it on because I don't want to turn my brain on.
That's exactly right. I think you're picking it up. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
You and I are saying the same thing for different reasons.
No, I want to turn my brain off when I'm doing a chill raid. And Mind the Gap is not one of those times where I can just be like, yeah, I'll stand anywhere I want. No, I have to be like, okay, the rock is here and I can't go there and I can't run across this side because, God forbid we phase it and I'm on my way to the rock and then, I have to hit a sarcophagus. It's not a good day. It's not a good time. It's not a chill raid.
A chill raid, as a lesson to both you and the new raiders out there, a chill raid has nothing to do with the invocations. A chill raid is the mindset. Are we chilling in this raid, boys? Are we big chilling? Oh, look at that. The man with max melee, blood torva, kitted ancestral, just fell down the gap and he's on the balcony. Oh God, who's gonna red X our 175 Baba? The max main says, I don't want to do this room anyway. I'm gonna go get some cheese. A chill raid is when you're at the boss, chatting away, doing whatever, and you go, why am I taking damage on the wall at Zarpus? That shouldn't happen. Oh, it phased. You didn't even realize it. And you just took a 70 to the face because you T-bowed Zarpus when he looked at you because you're still running around the room. A chill raid, Michael, is swinging your scythe on the melee hand and seeing the health bar pop up after you kill it and go, oh shit, is this P3? And the mage hand is nowhere near dead. That, my friend, that is the epitome of a chill raid. When you are just chilling, like you're doing some fun, sweaty stuff. We're chilling in the raid. We're still rope skipping in CMs. We're chilling in the raid. We're still venge bombing. We're still pog tanking. We're chilling in the raid. We're still butterflying. Shit's a 175. That's why we keep feeling special on it. So we can be chill. And just one person can butterfly, but you get your brain going, you're good. You get that mindset, every raid is a chill raid. Every raid is a chill raid. You want a nice chill 300? You're going to believe me when I tell you what a chill 300 involves?
Insanity.
Insanity. Ooh, the walk the path insanity 300s. Ooh, big chillin', real free. Ooh.
I'll pass.
To each their own, big dog. To each their own. Any raid can be a chill raid. That's all I'm saying, man. Any raid can be a chill raid.
Then it's just raids.
And that's when you learn to love them, baby.
I love raids.
That's when you learn to love them. Except for TOA. All my homies hate TOA. Even the homies that were running solo TOAs hate TOAs. It was a long week of TOA.
Dang. It was pivotal.
4 hour money raids tile. We saw 2 drops. We saw Jack's decks that he didn't get. So we only saw one drop. And the other one was a light bearer.
Oh, no.
The only one we got.
Damn, dude.
I feel like I just didn't raid nearly as much. I was very not present for my team. I felt really bad about it. I took Wednesday through Friday off. And Wednesday, Thursday was very busy. Friday, I finally got home from hanging out with friends Thursday night because I was in my old city with some old friends. I got home Friday, played, but then I also got my plants on Friday.
You're not taking
So,
bingo
are you
seriously
looking?
enough.
I
You hung
really
out with friends
am not taking
on
bingo seriously enough.
bingo week?
So here's the
The
thing. Speaking
hell?
of not taking bingo seriously enough, I was violated in my
You
DMs
were.
this past week. I got my plants finally. I can put a picture of it on screen right now. It's a lovely little setup where my plants are. I love it. I love my little plants. Got all sorts of flowers and vegetables up there. I put it on my Instagram story because I was really happy with it. Like, yeah, I love my plants. I did that on Friday when I got home from seeing my old friends. I planted everything, laid everything out. We are good to go. Not 5 minutes later, I got a DM from who else but Michael's wife commenting on my story saying, "Ain't no way you're not taking bingo seriously enough." I'll pull up the DM right now. I will pull. Michael's wife was shooting strays at me. Let me see. Let me pull up the DMs right now. I don't think you're taking bingo seriously enough. And it is a reply to my story on Instagram. I was attacked in broad daylight.
But is she wrong?
She wasn't. She really wasn't wrong because I had the audacity to do things other than bingo. I don't know. It was an interesting week. It was a fun week. I had a great time with my team. Yeah. The drops didn't fall. I don't think the hours were there for all of us either. I think all of us were kind of back and forth with hours. But you know what? We were chilling.
Bing chilling. Well,
Yeah, Seppi J says not Michael's wife taking bingo more seriously than Oxie. At times it felt like she did, you know?
That's what I'm saying, dog. She was prompted by me to send that comment, which I thought was hilarious. So, no hate on the wifey, but that's so funny. Because then I instantly got a DM from him, and then I sent her the DM, a screenshot of it, and she's cackling. Like that's such a good exchange. Damn, dude.
I will say I had a lot of fun with my drafting strategy towards the end. When we draft for bingo, because we didn't do an episode before, or we did, we talked about our teams or what have you. When we draft for these bingos, the first, like I said, maybe like 6 to 7 to 8 rounds, maybe, are really cutthroat because we know a lot of people. We've been in the community a long time. We know a lot of people. Once we get into the later rounds, we stop recognizing some people. We stop recognizing some lower level players. My strategy after like round 9 was like, fuck it. Do I know them from the recording booth? And I picked up like 3 or 4 recording booth people. I got JX Riot, I got Dr. Muffin, I got Lobter, and then I don't know. Did I pick up any other like I know you from Xpwaste? I think let me see. I think those were the 3 that I picked up who I'm like, yeah, I recognize your name from the recording booth. Um that's why you're on my team because I was just like, I don't care. I think JX Riot was like, oh, I don't know how to switch or do PVM at all. I'm like, I don't care if you can't spell RuneScape. Welcome to the squad, brother. You're in it now, baby. So that was my strategy towards the end, and I had a blast with it. I think it worked out really well.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually my strategy. Is like, I don't know what your prowess in game looks like, but I know that you're chill to hang out with. So let's do this. Because like, you could have the worst bingo RNG ever, but if your VC hangs are off the chain, then it's a great bingo. Because like, having sucky RNG coupled with not hanging out with people makes for a bad event. But having sucky
Bad
RNG
and bad vibes is
yes.
terrible.
Yeah. Bad RNG and bad vibes. Never. I don't want it. Get it out of here. Bad RNG, good vibes. I'll take it. That's a good event. Because you don't remember the bad RNG. You remember the bad vibes. So
exactly.
That's why
no bad vibes in this house.
Our like drafting strategy was in terms of competitiveness, we didn't pick anybody over a 3. So like 1, 2, and 3 competitiveness, we'll take them. And then we looked for like 4s and 5s for the VC reply. Those were the 2 highest weighted options. Also, like time zone, playtime, that kind of stuff came into fact. Like it factored in, but it wasn't like, do you have a shadow? Yes or no? We don't care. You're on our team for the vibes. So, and it worked out. Bahama Yamas, mint. The vibes were mint. I think everybody played except for like one person, and that one person let us know they were going to be out like the last 3 days of bingo. So, all around good vibes.
Immaculate vibes indeed. Do me a favor. Go to your wise old man before we wrap this episode up.
Go
to your wise
old man, you say.
Put the custom period in from the start of bingo to the end of bingo and go to bosses.
Okay.
I want to see which PVM you did. And I want you to send the link to the recording booth chat so I can look at it.
Atrocious.
Kills. Okay.
Honestly, atrocious.
39 Zora. Okay. Goddamn, you really were sick. Holy. What happened, big dog?
39 Zora, not bad though. Bofa only goes hard at Zora. I'm going to tell you right now. I enjoy Bofa only Zora so much. I got a Serp Visage as my second unique ever. I don't count the Onyxes as uniques, as we've said. So I have a Tansfang and a Serp Visage on my log in like 500 KC. But notably, like 8 Corrupted Gauntlet, 2 regular Gauntlet. I did some Spindle. I've never killed Spindle. I killed 2 Muspa. That was a nightmare. 3 Chambers. 3 Chambers the entire week. I think that's the most sad statistic of this entire bingo. 3 Chambers of Xeric. I am crushed. Maybe I dump Chaos Cleric next time. If you're listening to this, our relationship's on rocky ground because having a certified Chambers hater as a co-captain was rough. It was rough because usually you go and you do content with your co-captain. They're like your go-to guy. This man did not want to go to Chambers, and he said, I would rather insert terrible thing. It's like, I'd rather do that than go to Chambers. I'm like, you're a terrible person. Chambers is so fun. That's a chill raid, baby. Let's see what your bosses look like.
I was gonna say, I don't know what to tell you. My co-captain and I did our yearly tradition of staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning when it's just the 2 of us in VC. We stayed up so late. Raccoon woke up in the morning and he's like, "Why are you guys still up?" We're like, "Dude, we're just doing Zoller, man. We're chilling." I said, "I'm either gonna get to 2,000 or I'm gonna get a drop and I'm gonna go to bed." Got to 2,000, didn't get a drop. Nate said, "All right, I'll go to Zoller and do 10 more," or something like that. And I was like, God damn, Nate. Okay, if you're going to be a bitch and twist my arm, I guess I'll stay up and do it too. And then by the time we got to 2010, he still wasn't done with his 10 because he and I are going at like damn near the same pace. But I started a little bit before he did. So then I'm like, well, I can't end on a weird number. I can't end on like 2013. And then we just started talking in VC with Raccoon. I'm like, I can't end on a weird number, right? So every year, or every kill was associated with a year in the last like decade and a half. I was like, 2014, the year I graduated high school. Do we get a drop? No. Guess I'll go myself. 2015, 2016, 2017. I ended on 2018. I said, come hell or high water. It's the year I got my undergraduate degree. This is when we end it. And I didn't get anything and I went to bed. Dean said the Krill trip was the best with Oxie and Nate. I got a Greater Demons task. We went to Krill. Normally, Tebow with the Slayer helm goes insane. Not when you got motherfuckers with
The
the
Scobo.
burning bow, the scorching bow, or whatever it is. We were actually competing for kills.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Oxy show when like one person has an arc light and I have a Tebow, or like when we go, I was doing Kriara with Blitz. Blitz had a Bofa and Crystal, and I had a Shadow with an imbued heart. So I got hella Kriara KC for a little bit. Nate rolled up and got the Steam Battle Staff. We're like, oh, that's hype. That's a tile. That's great. And we said, got to kill one more for the back to back. Got to do one more for the back to back. And I think I don't know if it was Dean or Jack or somebody was like, God, Krill would be a crazy place to get a back to back. Sure enough, my captain pulled the Zammy Spear the very next kill later. So we had like a 3 tile swing just on that Krill trip. At one point, Dean left. He specced Krill to freeze him in place, left to go reset like 11 hard clues at the crafting guild, and then came back with an EQ key. And by the time he got back, the boss hadn't respawned.
Oh my gosh.
It was like the fastest I ever seen anybody move. And like, again, I was by myself with a Tebow on task. It was like, all right, it's frozen 70, 70, 40, 30, dead. Let me kill the minions. Dean came back to an empty room. That's how quickly he moved. It was light speed. It was quite the interesting Krill trip.
Did you say Dean?
The freeze really does go insane.
Did you say Dean got the Steam and then Nate got the next one? Because that's not a back-to-back.
Nate got both.
Okay. Just making sure.
Because
I thought I heard Dean.
Nope.
Editing Oxy, it's Nate. Check him because
even
my ears.
Even if I do go ahead and check it, and even if I did say Dean and I did misspeak and say Dean, I have the screenshots to validate.
Confirmed it was Nate, though.
To confirm it was Nate. I was there. Yeah. Good bingo. Very, very good bingo.
Snaps all around.
Next time, I need a pet.
Ooh.
Doing a bingo without a pet is offensive.
Yeah.
Doing a bingo without any drop over 10 mil is offensive. Simply horrendous.
Simply end me.
I'm keeping. Yeah, Riley pulled the Steam Battle Staff and the pet on the same PC. Dean didn't get shit. My team, we really suffered for a little bit there. I'm keeping Justy for right now on the off chance that it's useful at Yama, though I doubt it will be. Once it's not useful, I've probably already binned it by the time the episodes come out. And I'm hoping to maybe buy a Void Waker. Maybe buy a Tormented Synapse. But them bitches are, they've actually gone down pretty substantially. They were like 70 mil during bingo.
Yeah, they're up there. Kind of nutty.
Not anymore though.
Oh. Well, they're gonna crash, obviously. There's no reason for them to stay high when all the merchers are just gonna drop them. They're gonna dump them when Yama comes out. So
that's how it be. Michael, are we going to break or are we going home?
I think we're going home. This is a different episode. I don't know if we've mentioned that or if we've just kept that to ourselves, but this is a different episode because we just had a whole week of bingo and both of us have jobs now, by the way. I started my job last week. 2 weeks ago, actually. 2 weeks ago. We just haven't had an episode for me to talk about it. So I have a job. I'm liking it a lot. So we both have jobs now. We just did bingo. It was Mother's Day today. I want to go to bed.
I've been going I don't even know like if the score at the moment on Sunday night at 11 p.m. I don't know if scores are validated. I don't know if we've given out winnings. I turned my computer off last night, drove home, spent time with my mom, sister, and extended family, and dead ass did not check Discord until I sat down at 9 o'clock to record this episode today. So I have been out of the loop.
Kind of the same.
But
It's had a
again,
long day today.
thank Christ for the event planning team. Like, I could talk all day and night about it, because damn,
I think
you really killed it. You guys,
yeah, amazing.
yeah. Well, Michael, normally this is where we send people to break, but as it has been a week, this is going to be. Do we count this as an episode? Do you think?
Yeah.
Do we count this as an episode in our roster?
Yeah.
I ask
it's long
because
enough.
we are rapidly approaching 200 episodes.
Oh yes, yeah. This will be like 194.
I sure hope this is an episode.
194, 93, 194.
It's me. It's an even numbered episode. I did the intro. I intro the even numbered episodes.
Yep, it's 194.
Yeah.
What's up, 194?
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that we weren't like just being shitters and hanging out for episode 200, because we would have probably released this one under the radar if that was the case. We don't know what we're doing for episode 200. We're talking about Yama next week. I can tell you that right now for free. I've already talked to Nate Dogg. I've said I need a long, tan, and handsome carry for Yama, and I know just the guy. So Nate and I hopefully are duoing Yama, because he's got those days off.
Oh, sick.
He didn't even take them off. His work just gave him, like, I think the Wednesday and Thursday of Yama's release off. So we're going to be getting the Oath Plate.
Cheering.
Which, by the way, Oath Plate is so hot. I'm sorry. The devoted Oath Plate or whatever it is, the white Oath Plate, it's so hot. I don't care what anybody says. White Oath Plate might be as hot, if not controversially, if not a little hotter than Blorva. I'm sorry. I really dig the all white look. If it had some red accents, oh shit! Fear got a Dragon Warhammer.
Let's go!
Yo! Okay, Fear. Woo!
Let's go. He's not. Oh, he is in here. Let's go. I logged out.
What a day! What a day! All right. Well, that's how we're gonna end it. Our GIM teammate Fear No Space Garden just got our Dragon Warhammer. I think that's our
second one.
Is that our second one?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, we're top ready.
He's gotten
baby.
2.
Ralph is still 12,000 shamans.
He's gotten 2.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, folks, we will see you guys next week, where we are going to spend some time talking about the new boss that came out yesterday. We've not experienced it. We don't know anything about it yet, but you can ask us about how it went today, preferably not at 7 o'clock in the morning when I wake up to leave for work, but I'm more than happy to chat about it with you guys. Hopefully I've done a shitload of Yama when it comes out. But Michael, do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, we're not going to do bingo we're not going to do Springo anytime around Mother's Day moving forward. I've made that executive decision. It's not happening ever again.
So here's a question for you guys. This is not a community question, but it is a question I want to pose with Springo specifically. So with Fall Bingo, we run into the issue of like Halloween time. And I think this year, like the November start for Fall Bingo, honestly, not too bad. You know, I don't know what you guys felt about how when we held Fall Bingo with like November 2nd start date. That wasn't too bad. Mid-October, not too bad. Dean says early April in the recording booth chat. Give us some feedback about when a good time is.
Let us know.
Because what tends to happen at this time of year, we run into Mother's Day, but we also run into the end of the semester.
Yeah, finals.
So anyone who either works at a college or is in college at any capacity, we don't want to stick bingo during finals week, because that is hell on earth, right? If you work in a high school, you're approaching the last month of the year for most high schools in the US, and it's a mix of really crazy and nobody gives a shit. So it's just chaos in a high school environment right now. So if you guys are like, please do it earlier, because I think Michael, didn't we do Springo 21 in like late February?
No. It was like late March. Still spring.
I don't know.
We can go back and look, but I don't think we've
I have
ever
just
done it.
just the screenshot for this. I have just the screenshot. Is it in this channel? Yeah. All right. Posted on February 27th, 2021 in a long since dead Discord. I think Michael's still a part of it, actually. Long since dead Discord. Guys, I got an abyssal demon pet.
Huh.
And it is when I got my sire pet during Springo.
Wow.
Our first Springo was in February of 2021. February 21.
That's nutty.
So
actually,
let us know if you guys have some dates that work that are not the first week of May.
Yeah.
Or the last week of April. So
that's where we're
all
leaving,
right, y'all. That's where we're leaving you. We look forward to seeing you next week. And more importantly, we look forward to seeing you for Fall Bingo. Bye, everyone.
Bye.